Okay, so I just guess we wait for viewers then. All right, so that's just a test. Okay, so I just guess we just wait till we get a viewer. I'm gonna check if this is working. Okay, so it is in fact working. Let's test this. Okay, so I am in fact able to see myself. So, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Uh, Still trying to figure this out. So I'm just trying to figure out the features because I'm just completely new at this. I think I saw the moose figs. So I'm just gonna look on my other channel. See, I see that the moose fig has arrived. Um, okay, so I'm just trying to figure out how to view the comments because uh, yeah, I can see you, but I'm using my other channel to see that to be aware that you are actually here. But I'm trying to figure out how to see the comments. That is what I am trying to figure out. Completely new at this, and Stelios. All right. Um, how do I get the comment? How am I supposed to be able to see the comments? Levy? I don't quite understand. So I guess I'll just see the comments right here, you know, just on my alternate channel. At least I can do that. That seems to be good. So unless anybody has some questions, I'll just make an icebreaker with some of my favorite Ed and Eddie episodes if you people are good. I'll just wait to see what the if anybody has any questions, feel free to start asking them now. So yeah. I'm still completely new at this. Again, yeah. But I'm surprised I'm actually getting such a turn up. All right, I'm getting a bit of a cold, cold, cold feet, you know. So I guess, yeah, I love Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie was like my favorite show of all time. Still is. It actually aired on my birthday, the first actual episodes. So actually, my first episode I will talk about is we actually have a question. What's your favorite animation you have ever made? Let's see. Um, I really, I really enjoyed Lego George Carlin because I mean I love that guy. He's a great comedian. And another one would be the Lego Who's Line, the second one I made, which was the one most people know probably. It's the one with where Fawful is Greg Proops and basically Nappa is Drew Carey, Sniper is Ryan Stiles, and you understand that. What do I think of the new Whose Line Is It Anyway? I've only seen a couple of episodes. Um, they were just early episodes, so I can't really judge based on the uh, on what they're currently making. But based on what I've seen, it was okay. I mean, I had no strong feelings one way or the other. And yes, I miss Drew Carey as well. He was he was a great part. Uh, Funny thing is, the new person is actually the new host plays the character of Lana in Archer, and I kind of I honestly expect more out of her. Sorry if I'm stuttering. It's just kind of a quirk. So I try to answer the best of my abilities, if that's all right. So I guess I'll just talk about one of my favorite Ed and Eddie episodes until somebody else has a question. So Ed and Seek, that's one of my favorite episodes. Mainly the ending, mainly like the last few minutes of it, like how Double D was in the fish tank. He was, disguising as one of the fish. Eddie was in the painting. And then the best part. Oh, whoa, hello. I see that we have all the. Uh, I can see all your icons now. All right. Favorite minifigure that I have made, that you have made, and that I have made. So, well, as a default Moose Figs, I'm gonna go with. Oh man, I have to remember if this one is used, but I really like the Slade one. Let me just check real quick. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen. As for favorite minifigure that I have made, um, the Lego Johnny minifigure is one of my favorites. It's quickly rising up to my favorites, but uh, probably my second favorite would be Rusty. He's actually from a game called Dark Void Zero. Uh, the game is a DSiWare game, and it's only about $5. It's a decent time. It's a decent way to just have a little bit of fun. It's a solid game overall, but I will say that it is a short game. Multiple difficulty modes, lots of different guns to use, and they are great. All right. Um. So until somebody else has another question, um, next Ed and Andy episode would have to be Dawn of the Eds. It was just a really good episode all around. I love how Ed just reacts to everything and gets Eddie, and Double D involved with it all. Robot Rebel Ranch. No survivors. Woohoo! R-rated. Will I make an Ed and Eddie animation? No. There's a pretty good reason why, and mainly the reason is because I just, making Ed and Eddie minifigures would be next to impossible. Unless you can do it, Moose Figs. I'd love to see that happen, actually. So if you can prove me wrong, then maybe I can see what I can do. What is my favorite movie? Um, well, I can tell you my favorite animated movie. It is not, in fact, the Lego Movie. It's not the Lego Movie. It is, in fact, Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's just one of it's just hilarious all the way through. You know how most movies just like try to go upon what's hip and what's new and what's happening? Fantastic Mr. Fox kind of does its own thing, and it takes a lot of creative liberties. Like, if you've actually read the book itself, it then you probably know. Then you'll probably know that during the end that it just ends with the three farmers trying waiting for him to show up. But they actually add a little bit in the end. So that they add like they actually grow a couple of brains and keep adding on to the more, and it's a lot of chaos and it's a lot of humor, and it's just great. It's just fun. It's a great movie all around. Um, Favorite member of the Who's Line cast? Hello, Maverick Hunter 075. It's been a while, actually. So, let's see. Well, everybody loves Colin. I mean, you can't not love Colin. Wayne is great, and he's great with all the musical stuff. He would probably be my third favorite. Colin would be either my first or my second favorite. Ryan is most likely my favorite. And Greg Proops, yeah, he's really funny as well. Uh, yeah, funny thing is that I actually did get to see Greg Proops live. It was during Baldwin Wallace, and I mean, I never got to say hi to him in person. I never got that chance because most of the volunteers were women, and as you can see, I am not a woman. Let's see the mustache and the beard. It's very suave and manly. And yes, it has been a while, Maverick Hunter. So actually, I was not expecting this much of a turnout. I was expecting like nobody to show up, and I would have been very sad. Yeah, I just kind of had that lack of luck. So, anybody want to hear another Ed, Edd n Eddy episode? Because I will say, I will say my next one. Dueling Eds. You aren't what? Oh, are you referring to I am not a woman? Yes, shocker, I am not a woman. Yeah, yeah, I have a squeaky voice. I have a probably higher pitched voice than most men. Favorite game? Favorite game? Well, Maverick Hunter already knows this. It's Excitebots Trick Racing for the Wii. I'm really sad that they got rid of the Wi-Fi. All right. I'll see you later. I'll see you in a minute. But I'm really sad that Excitebots Trick Racing, along with all the DS games, got their Wi-Fi all kicked out. Yeah, because Excitebots probably had the best Wi-Fi mode ever. You want to know why? It was because you could see in game you could get these. Had a point system called stars, and the more stars you get, the more unlockables. Oh, okay, yeah. Chat is a little behind. So yeah, if I don't catch it the moment I see it, so don't mind. Anyway, back on the Excitebots. It was still a solid game overall. The controls were beautiful. It had such great controls. Some may argue that it's a little bit slippery, but it just works really, really well. Am I Groot? I am Groot. Yes, I have watched Guardians of the Galaxy. I almost missed out on it, and it was a really great movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. Uh, Rocket the Raccoon was fun. Groot. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot the name of the guy who played Groot. He was also the Iron Giant. He's the manly man. I think he was also in Pulp Fiction. But yeah, just why do I forget the name? I mean, I can't believe I forgot his name. Uh, yeah, he was the manly man. He was the guy in Pulp Fiction and in The Iron Giant, which are both great movies. You should watch. Best movie of 2014. Yes, probably. Oh, was it Vin Diesel? I thought he had a different. So yeah. Oh, he wasn't. But I'm pretty sure he was the voice of the Iron Giant though. Huh. Huh. Yeah. So. All right. All right. So, unless anybody else has a question, it looks like there are 3 viewers in the chat, and I have to subtract one because I am using my alternate channel to view the comments. Yeah, he was the Iron Giant. I figured as much. Yeah, I thought so. And so yeah, there's 3 viewers total, and I had to subtract one because I'm using my alternate channel. So if you think there's like, oh, there's one person just viewing, not asking any questions. Yeah, that's just my alternate channel. I'm just viewing the comments on. Speaking of Pulp Fiction, have you seen my new jewels I made? Also, video has stopped for me. Um, uh, I do not know how to answer that second question because, again, I'm still new at this, still working on it. Yeah, if it's just like your first time, if you're just like a first timer, I'm still working out the details. Oh, hello, control room. Okay, capture, screen share, chat. Yeah, I don't know why the group chat is not working. Figure that's where you get your comments from. Hang on, let me fix this up a little bit. So Moose Figs, is video working for you now? So yeah. So until another person has another. Oh, all right, it looks pretty good for Mr. Minifig Man. Oh, okay, okay. So that sounds like it's going good. Oh, typos. So another Ed and Eddie episode I like is They Call Him Mr. Ed. Uh, Basically, for those of you who don't remember that episode, or basically, Eddie starts this idea of Edco, and their objective is up, up, up. Just going up in the marketing world and capitalism and money, even though they don't make any money because they are, in fact, a non-profit organization. Yeah, once Kevin starts showing up, that's when things literally and metaphorically start going down. Yeah, I just really like the premise of the entire thing. It's basically their view on what business is, you know. It's probably still my view of business as well, because I have no idea. Because I have no idea about how business works and all that. I have studied a bit of economics, and I became confused. Yes, we are talking about Ed, Edd n Eddy. It is my favorite show of all time. Thank you. Uh, why am I forgetting all these names? Danny Antonucci. That is the man's name who created Ed, Edd n Eddy. He is your Lord and Savior. So another one was who let the Ed in? One of the main reasons why I like this one is just like Jib as a character, he was just like an imaginary friend, kind of like how Plank worked, and he was just like this mysterious thing. You never got to see Jib, and you you never knew what he was, you know. Whereas in in Harvey, the Jimmy, uh, why am I forgetting names? You know, the movie from the 1950s. You actually got to see Harvey. Um, but as for Jib, or even Barney from the Rugrats, you know, you remember that episode with the imaginary friend. Yeah, you never get to see either of them, which was really interesting. And I just really love the the ending at the end. And yes, Moose Figs, I have seen your question for about 30 seconds now. But I just want to finish up my statements about this Ed and Eddie episode. It was really interesting how Plank had the idea, and not Johnny, to build the invisible trap. Start building up the invisible plans with invisible ink. This is getting contagious. Probably the best finishing line ever. Oh, Ed, look what I got. It's an invisible potato with an invisible slingshot. Where, Eddie? Don't blink. Yada, yada, yada. It was a great episode. So, anyway, back to your question, Moose Figs. What is my favorite non-Lego YouTuber? Hmm. Uh, that's a good question. I guess as for gaming channels, you know, let's go for a safe bet with the gaming channels. Uh, First one is Game Theory. I really like what they do. Uh, I really like why Mario is mental, mostly because I could think of some counter arguments to it, like the Mario is missing one. Like, just blame the ending on poor programming. Just that's just a simple fix, you know, on that theory. And and the Mario Donkey Kong thing. If you ever played Donkey Kong 94, which was the Game Boy was the Game Boy version of the original arcade Donkey Kong, in the ending, you could see that Mario and Donkey Kong actually settled their difference. Hello, Ninja Canuck. I haven't heard your name in quite a while. So yeah. Um, Double rainbow all the way? Are you referring to Miss Moose Figs? But yeah. Um, Another channel in the in the gaming universe, of YouTube. I really like Josh Jepson and Attacking Toucans, and and especially their Versus channel. Sorry. So yeah, you've probably actually seen my Versus animateds. The second one I made actually got viewed by Tyler of Attacking Toucans, and that was just a great moment. Uh, I mean, it just got a lot of viewers, and I'm just really happy that some people are actually interested in what I do. Um, oh, for the fan-made animation, do you plan to do any more Game Grump animations? Probably not. See, the main reason is because, I gave them 3 chances. They did not see any of them. And I think it's just mostly my fault. See, I used Rusty from Dark Void Zero and Nikola Tesla from the same game um, as Aaron and John, respectively, and I guess it was just not the wisest decision I ever made. I mean, I could have made actual JonTron and Ego Raptor, which is Aaron, minifigures, but I was pretty new at making, you know, actual YouTubers at the time. Uh, uh, like, uh, like I didn't make the Johnny one until recently. The Some Call Me Johnny. He's, which by the way is a great video gaming channel. You should check him out. Yeah, he's actually one of my favorite YouTubers, non-Lego stop motion. Man, I really got to get back into the Lego stop motion viewers. And yeah, JonTron is like JonTron is like comedy gold. But let's see, one of my favorite moments, probably just most of his conversations with Jacques, his robot bird. Uh, um, I'm trying to think of a moment. They say that the NES is all burnt up, and the only thing that's burnt up here is my toast. La, 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 la. Yeah, and yeah, you probably actually seen my Lego minifigure of Jacques the bird. He's a conure. Conures are like the best birds ever because they are adorable. And they probably became popular because of JonTron. And I guess we can talk about another Ed, and Nettie episode while we're at it. 1 + 1 = Ed. Now, this is probably the most surreal episode of all time, and is probably one of the weirdest. And it is probably just like one of the weirdest episodes. Three-headed Rolf. Yawn. Life holds many doors, Ed boys. Naz was a dinosaur, and Johnny and Plank were face swapped. The Goosebumps video you made is one of my favorite things on YouTube now. Yeah, that was a really good that was a really good episode. You have been suspended. You sick piece of crap. So yeah, back to the surreal episode of 1 + 1 = Ed. Um, trying to collect my thoughts here. Um, so what I really liked was just the beginning was probably one of my favorite ways to introduce an episode. It's just like Eddie is sleeping in his bed, and then suddenly Ed, he's there. And one of my favorite quotes of all time from Ed: "How come my feet can smell if they don't have a nose?" That is a good question, Ed. That is a good question indeed. Yeah, I just really love their pun-based humor. It's probably an instinct. Oh, I smell it too. And then it's just bombarding Eddie with just a bunch of philosophical questions that kind of sound philosophical, but also sound stupid at the same time. Does the does the light on the refrigerator actually stay on when you close it? Yeah, when we were kids, back when my older brother and I were kids, we actually tested that, and we actually saw that the light on the fridge actually stops, actually turns off right before you close it. Yeah, you can actually see the light go off. So that was probably one of my favorite moments of life. Hello, we have a new person named Rage Quitters. The Ghost Beach. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Of the same Goosebumps John Tron. Uh, how come she makes a 270-degree turn when she could have easily made a 90-degree turn? This episode is going to be the end of me, and it will, Mr. Tron. Shut up, Mr. Scary Pumpkinhead. You are out of space customs if you didn't know. Um, I don't actually remember you. Sorry. Yeah, I don't mean to offend or anything, but I don't actually know you. I don't remember you. You might have been in uh that Lego Deku Seed contest. Yeah, I edited for that, but I'm sorry. I just don't know who you are. I just apologize. Okay. Anyway, um, so if anybody will like to see like a drawing I've ever done or something like that, because I have like my sketchbook. I have that painting in the back. All right, Moose Figs. See you later. So yeah, if you guys want to just like see a drawing I made or see that in the background, um, yeah, just let me know. What's my next video? Let's see. I have not actually planned the next video. But if you wish to know in advance, I am thinking about reviving the character of Bald Scientist. This is your inside information. Cousin Grandpa. Are you referring to the new Cartoon Network show Uncle Grandpa? I hear it was just. I hear it was okay, nothing special, but I haven't seen any recent Cartoon Network shows in a long time. It was mainly due to the dark ages of the Cartoon Network. You know what I'm talking about, back in 2007, when they were just having all that new stuff that it just wasn't good, you know? You know, like all the old shows were ending. It was just a sad day to be a fan. Uh, but I will tell you that regular show is just that's one of my new favorites on the channel. I've only watched it on Netflix, so I haven't watched anything beyond season 2. Yeah, it's a good show overall. Let me just check something on my Skype real quick. Oh, it's just a group I'm in. Go away, Skype. um. Oh yeah, destroy, build, destroy, and then oh yeah, the live action segment. That was the worst idea ever. Oh, what a horrible time to be alive. Clarence? Yeah, I hear some pretty good things about Clarence. Yeah, have you actually heard of Rebel Taxi? Yeah, that's where I actually heard about Clarence. Referring to the JonTron group. Yeah, see you later, Moosefigs. Okay, okay, so sorry if there were just like some things I forgot about the Goosebumps episode of the JonTron episode. Yeah, I mostly in the JonTron episode, I mostly like watched the first part and then yeah, it was a bad time to be alive. Oh, what is that? And NBSP. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Rebel Taxi. Surprisingly, At first, I did not like him. Am I rooting? Sorry, I'm looking at Skype again. Apparently, Ben from uh, who's also working with Let's Play with a friend of mine is on here. Oh, that must be you, a random nerd. Sorry, it took me a moment to realize it was you. Sorry. Yeah, at first I didn't like Rebel Taxi because he was just it was just hi Lego Deco C2 2700. Um, real quick question for you, Lego, for you, Deco Seed. For the Q&A video that I'm eventually, probably gonna edit. Are you actually just uh, yeah, are you actually gonna finish like up the is the Q&A thing actually finished? Just a question, you know? Oh, wait. Oh, that must be you. Ben plays video games. That's right. Sorry. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit of a mix-up. Yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, just a little bit of a mix-up, yeah. Uh, let's see. I'll talk about another Ed and Eddie episode. Another really good one I liked was Wish You Were Ed. Rolf is transported to his old country. Sort of. He was. So Rolf is kind of having this homesickness, and then the Eds, the, the three Eds are trying to solve the problem just kind of a bit, by making like an alternate reality, just trying to create an illusion that he's in his old hometown, which, in under Double D's perspective, it was really nice. But under Eddie, um, it was just another opportunity for profit. And yes, Ben, it is in fact a Q&A. It's kind of like a Q&A. So if you have any questions, yeah, just go ahead and ask them. But if you want me to like show some artwork I did, yeah, just ask and I'll show you some. Yeah, this is actually just mostly like just a test to see if people would actually be interested in seeing it, you know. And probably I'm gonna end it in about 15 minutes. So if you have your questions, uh, send them now or forever hold your peace until like the next time I do it. Um, Actually, I have my Fawful minifigure right here because I was busy editing it. Did I like Courage the Cowardly Dog? Of course I did. Uh, my parents, mostly my mom, did not like the show at all. Mostly just for the fear factor. Um, I mean, the show was just fascinatingly like creepy, and I just wanted to see what happened. Sorry, I'm reading Lego Decade Seeds comment. Something not to do a whole big thing because it was cutting into my summer one. Instead, I came up with something to save both you and only a headache. Okay. Uh, okay. So you aren't doing that anymore? I mean, that's okay with me. I mean, I'll edit it. I'll still edit it if you still are interested, but it's no big problem. So yeah, back to what I was saying about Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was just like fascinating. It was just like how fascinating it was. Like, yeah, it was an interesting show, and some of my favorites. Um, oh, I love Doctor Jalos. He was that one doctor. He was that one guy who had massive depression, and he was, he basically he had a pet rat, and he had this giant tower with four legs that could move, and he shot these cannonballs that caused massive depression upon other people, and that music, oh my, it was just an experience. I mean, the ending. I think they could have like given like an extra 30 seconds to just um, just like have the ending. Just give 30 more seconds to the ending because it kind of ended a bit too short. If you can know what I was saying, because I mean it was beautiful. Courage to me sounds like a beta regular show. No, I mean like regular show and Courage the Cowardly Dog, kind of two different things. Like regular show, just like spent like half its time just having their characters do various things, and then the other half they're just like doing some really weird stuff or like they're in a really weird scenario. Whereas Courage the Cowardly Dog, you know, the monster of the week, as you would probably say, um, was there throughout, kind of like throughout the whole thing. And regular show was not, like it wasn't meant to creep people out. It was just meant to be just like so weird you just gotta laugh at it. Whereas Courage the Cowardly Dog was, I think, you know, through one third of the episodes, it was meant to scare you, to absolutely scare you. Uh, Kind of like the second third of most Courage the Cowardly Dogs, just to make you laugh. Or the other third, they make you cry. They will make you feel sad. And no, not exactly like Courage. Like, the scary, uh, the The scary, the funny, and then the sad moments. You know, they had their own individual times to be episodes. If you understand what I'm saying. Sure, like some of the sadder episodes or some of the scarier episodes had funny moments in them, but for the most part, yeah. Um, so yeah, I've just been actually working on the Fawful minifigure. Let's see if we can get a good view of it. So yeah, here he is right here. I've actually been working right here so I can get rid of the tape. Yeah, just get rid of the tape because it just made it look ugly. You know, just glued a little. Yeah, there's hair, and I basically like glued the back of the cape. Oh, you want to see some of the art? Yeah, I can do that. So this right here, that's actually kind of heavy. Let's see if I can get a good view. So basically, yeah, thanks for the Fawful. This is basically like the final battle of in Mario and Luigi RPG 3, Bowser's Inside Story. So I can't really see. Sorry. So yeah, you can see the background. You can see Bowser, Dark Bowser. There's Mario and Luigi right there. And there's like Dark Fawful right there. And you can just so yeah, there's that right there. Let me just put that back. Disconnect it for a second. Make sure that doesn't fall. All right. Careful. Careful. All right. So yeah, thanks. I've also sorry. I've also been working on other things. Basically, let's see. Let me show you like a good one or something. So I was actually just like working on basic, like little cartoon animations of like special effects. Like this is like when somebody is charging into somebody. This is like a little bit of electricity, and oh yeah, I really like Mario and Luigi at Bowser's Inside Story. But I will say, Dream Team is a lot better, despite the fact that there's no Fawful. Yeah, it was unfortunate. I really liked Fawful, and I think he should have been put more into the game, into the franchise. He was a sidekick in the first. He was a sidekick to the main villain in the first one. He was just a minor cameo in the second one, and he got promoted to main villain in the third one, which is that one. But yeah, he was completely absent from the fourth game. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but based on the pattern, maybe if there's a fifth one, we'll get to see him again. Maybe. I mean, there's probably some sort of certain backlash against, not having Fawful around, so they'll probably put him in the fifth one. They probably work the same way with like how the second one worked. So again, with the spreadsheet, there's like various little individual frames. Like if you saw Scrafty use his Giga Impact, yeah, you see that I used most, if not all, of these. Sorry. Hard to see from here. What some punches, bam. Like you see in 60s. Fawful for Smash Bros. As much as I would be supporting to that, I don't see it happening. As an assist trophy, he would be awesome. But yeah, uh, I'd like to see how they would make a 3D model for him because he's only been a 2D sprite and like a hand drawing for most of his conception. Oh yeah, and here's the second page that basically when the doctor goes off screen, this is what I used, kind of like Smash Brothers Melee when they go off screen and then it's a knockout, kind of like that. Let me see if I can find more. What would his final smash be? I actually did. I was actually involved with a countdown that failed. That just never actually turned out to actually even start, unfortunately. But I had like who was the first one? But the second one was Fawful. Basically, a prediction for Fawful. And basically, when I said for his final smash was that he would use the castle, Princess Peach's castle from Mario and Luigi 3. Have it be the castle robot from Bowser's Inside Story, and then he'd use it to just like smash everybody. Maybe even throw in a black hole and shoot some lasers and stuff. That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be my theory on if he actually made it to be a. Oh yeah, and speaking of Smash, oh man, who's gonna be left for Super Smash? I've been trying so hard to, keep away from the spoilers, but every time people just can't shut up. It's just everywhere. So even if you're trying to spoil it for me, I probably already know about it. But yeah, so I'll show you another like a drawing I made. This is actually going onto my DeviantArt. So if you've ever played Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, this is the main villain, Grotus. So he's like the main villain, and honestly, he's one of my least favorite villains in Mario history. He looks cool. I can't begin to understand what he looks like. Like, he's like some sort of space pope. He's just like the strangest looking kind of. Well, of course we know that Kirby and Mario are going to be in Smash. So yeah, I don't know if butts are going to be in Smash. Actually, so this is actually on my DeviantArt right now. This is the Grasshopper Excitebot. I was mentioning my favorite video game for. I was mentioning Excitebot's Trick Racing for my favorite Wii game, and so basically I just like took an image, like a gesture drawing of it. You can see all the details on my DeviantArt. And so yeah, I initially, just like drew around it with pencil, and then I filled it in with fine point markers. That's basically how it worked. I also have the frog, Excitebot. So that's what this one looks like. If you can see that really nicely. Yeah, it really looks nice when you get like a faded image. So that way you can't quite see what So you don't see like the fine details on the marker. So like if you go really close, you actually see the individual markings. So yeah, um, I'm actually going to be ending this soon. So if anybody has some last minute questions, I'll answer them. Otherwise, I'll just show this picture of a blue jay. Yeah, it's just in pointillism. It's basically just a dots. All right. Um, I wish I had my good ones. Sorry, I'm just reading something real quick. No, Seed. I'm not needing voices soon, anytime soon. Um, because the only voice you were was Monkey Man, and I have not used him since. And he was just like a quick cameo. I know that Mr. Orange Lego got like Okami, and he was there for like a couple other times. But yeah, that was just like a failed project that happened. The Dishonorable Lawyer series, if you remember those. Um, yeah, just the like things just weren't working out. I eventually lost my script for it. Um, yeah, so that's just on the. Let's just. That's something I'm not planning on continuing. I'm sorry, Steve, voice of the Dishonorable Lawyer, but I don't think it's happening. So yeah, why are you so pretty? I don't know. I do not know. I has nice face. Why, thank you. I am heavy weapons guy. Um, just trying to think of what else I can show. What is my favorite color of the alphabet? Let's see. Uh, there's Q. There's Mario. There's purpley teal. There's dog. But I'd have to go with a teal V. If because I don't even know that I don't even know what the answer what your question even is. Uh so yeah, I'll answer like one more question and then I think I'll end this thing up. No, it's teal, not blue. Uh all right, let me get this right in the back. So this is actually, from Star Fox Assault. Drew a picture of Fox McCloud. It was kind of like a super close-up of Fox McCloud, and just like I really liked how it turned out. It's made with oil paint, and I just had it sticking around in my desk. I wish I could show you more stuff, but just I don't know where it all is actually. Ooh, a stop motion based on Smash Bros. I had something similar planned along the lines. I'm not going to get too much into it because I'm not even sure if I'm even going to do it. But Yeah. No, it's not gonna be like Smash Brothers characters because I don't have Smash Brothers. Does he have rabies? I don't understand the question. Just like give me a legitimate question, and then yeah, I'll probably end this thing in about 2 minutes, in 5 minutes, or unless someone else has a question. Yeah, I just really wish I had something else to show you guys, but nothing seems to be around at the moment. Legit. Uh, do you think he will ever make Nintendo sets? Oh, that's a good question. So yeah, this will be the last question, by the way. Um, I mean, that is a good question. Like, that's probably not. See, as like a Nintendo set, like I'd have to think it. I'd have to. There's just a lot of things that because there's it's just like in the Mario universe, there's like stage 1-1, and just there's nothing really particular about it. Like there's nothing really specific that I could make of it. That's what I mean. If I happen to find something that looks interesting, like take for instance, like the reason I made this stage, the Who's Line stage, was because it was something that you could identify, and while it kind of looked generic, but um, you could if you knew like what the Who's Line stage was, you could see that it looked almost exactly like it. And another example is the room I made for is the Lego room I made for Some Call Me Johnny, and sorry, uh, yeah, it was just something I that really set everything together. I didn't just want to make Lego Some Call Me Johnny uh, because that would just like show a lack of effort. But I really wanted to like give like the full experience of what his channel is like. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that'll be all for today. So let me just say that. And I think that'll be all for today. Uh, it was a surprising amount of viewership. Thank you, by the way, for the room. No, I mean not the room, not the Nostalgia Critic review of the room. I'm talking about the room from from Some Call Me Johnny. But who knows? You might be talking about either or. Uh, so yeah, that'll be all. Thanks for this turnout. I wish there was more. I could always wish there was more, but hey, it could have been less. So see you all later.